Hi everybody, and welcome to my channel. I'm doing another general collective oracle reading, so please take what resonates for you only, and if it doesn't make sense to you, then it's probably not for you, and it could be somebody else's energy. I do general collective readings with oracle cards. I use the Oracle of Mystical Moments, and I use some other index cards that I've created with other different energies, and you will see how it goes. I was getting the messages that I was getting before I was doing my reading was something about Private Eye. And the song I was getting was Private Eyes by Daryl Hall and John Oates. Daryl could be relevant, John could be relevant, and something about a Hall and Oates. I don't know. I'm not laughing. It's just interesting to me. But the way that song was coming through to me was like there's a private investigation going on. It's not necessarily like you're being spied on or there's a stalker. It's like there's a real full-on investigation going on. Like it's a real private eye kind of situation. And the influence to all of this is, they're saying one more time, what's influencing this whole read is right there. Yeah. Home in the Sky, number 41. 41 breaks down to a 5, which is very challenging energy. It's very it's all about change, and it's very adventurous. There's a 4 in here, which makes it up the 41, so it's also stable and it's loyal. And there's a 1, and that's all about new beginnings, and it's powerful energy. Home in the Sky is very much like 4 of Wands energy, but it's being able to find your home, your community, your happiness, anywhere that you go. It's very air energy. It's not really wand energy. This is more about thinking outside of the box and just going with the flow. It's kind of mutable energy, but it's air energy too. These cards are very flexible. And the way that they come through, and I do get, even though they're oracle cards, I do get a lot of tarot energy from them, which you will see. So this influence is having to do with your home. It's like 4 of Wands energy, or your community. That's the main influence in this. And then the messages, I'll go into a little bit further with the messages. So it's getting like a private investigator, and there's something about a missing ingredient. Like somebody, the metaphor that they were giving me was like baking a cake, and somebody was baking something and they left out a major ingredient to make it taste good, to make it look good, to have it be successful. They left out like a component. There's a missing ingredient that someone left out that was really important. I don't know what that is. And then something about Philadelphia. And then I was getting Philadelphia freedom. And then I was getting Philadelphia Eagles. And then I was getting green and blue. And then because this is about private eyes, I was thinking, because I was kind of saying this out loud when it was happening. Green and blue eyes might be relevant. Like someone has blue eyes and someone has green eyes. I don't know. It's something about eyes. And then because we're talking about like private investigation and investigation of some sort, I was told to, and this is just general. Like this is just because there's a lot of interrogation going on right now in the world, to give collective, whoever finds this reading, this message, protection. So I'm going to give you my protection that I use for myself, so that you will not have anybody come towards you with ill will or ill intent. I invoke the power of protection. Anyone who dares approach me, and you can say this. So I invoke the power of protection. Anyone who dares approach me, approach this collective, may only do so with pure intentions. If someone carries trickster energy or in envious ambitions, they will not be able to come near me or this collective. If they do, they will be exposed to the community of their true nature. And that's basically what I wrote down. And it's just something that I use to protect. You're not doing any harm to anyone else. You are just protecting yourself from people that have ill intentions for you. And it keeps them from approaching you, because if they have ill will, they won't be able to come near you. If they have intentions of not harming you, they'll be able to approach you just fine, even if it's bad news. They'll be able to because they're not trying to harm you maliciously. They're not trying to do it through any kind of to harm you purposefully. It might be their intention to help you, but it might be something that's challenging you, and that's okay. That energy is okay. Okay, so then let's go ahead and clarify what the lesson is from the 7 deadly sins, because we all need to learn from our mistakes, and the 7 deadly sins definitely teach us about what not to do. Wrath, and maybe that's why I read my protection, to protect. There's someone coming after you, or not after you, but there might be some type of energy that's coming at you that's very angry. Uncontrolled feelings of anger, rage, and hatred, potentially leading to vengeance. So maybe that's why I had to read that. Okay, so we've got the lesson is wrath, and dealing with that in whichever side of the coin that you are on that. Okay, and then let's go ahead and get the tool that we're going to be utilizing from our 7 chakras that will help us through this energetic minefield, they're telling me. That's kind of crazy. Because of this wrath. Careful. They're saying be careful. Crown chakra. Your higher self, or whoever you're connected to, is going to let you in on something, is going to be guiding you through this. And of the 4 elements, what element is going to be leading us? Please and thank you, Spirit. Fire, something passionate. It could also be spiritual. The secondary element is going to be water, something emotional. I mean, fire, and we got wrath out here. So kind of makes sense that the passions are high. Okay, so secondary is water. We'll put that over here and I can see it. Okay, got all of those. And they're telling me to do, the Chinese zodiac signs that are going to be supporting, sometimes I pull more than one, that are going to be supporting this reading are the pig. Something about your wealth or your legacy is important in this reading. The pig, you could be born in the year of the pig. You don't have to be. The pig is the 12th zodiac sign in the lineup. It's about wealth, good fortune, honesty, and hard working. On the flip side, the negative side is they can be a bit naive. So don't be naive to this situation. I'm being told. Snobbish, flaky, indecisive, and can be lazy. Okay, and then from, I can see what I did with them. Where did I put them? Hold on, there they are. Okay, and from numerology, the energies that are going to be guiding us in this reading, sometimes I put more than one number. Spirit sometimes has more than one come out that's prominent, because sometimes sometimes it's just the way it works. What energies? Again, with the master number 11, we keep stepping through a portal. There's some kind of portal that is being shown, not a portal, like a gateway. There's a gateway here. The 11, you can see it's like a gateway. Could be like a portal. You could be a life path master number 11. You don't have to be. And I condense all the numbers now. So like 1 is leader. So the 11 is made up of 2 numbers, a 1 and a 2. So, and every master number is like that. So it's got the 1, which is all about leadership. 2 is all about harmony seeker. They're a harmony seeker. That's the best way to say what 2s are. And they are a high level of spiritual significance. So this reading could be a high level spiritual significance. We keep getting that in these readings. Whatever this wrath is that we're learning about, our home, with like our home or our community. It's like someone's attacking our home or our community. That's what I feel like. Just looking at it from this perspective. It's very innovative energy, 11, master number 11, and it is a bridge between the physical and the spiritual. It's very psychic, and it delivers cosmic truths. Crown chakra. So some of y'all might be very tapped in. You might know somebody who's very tapped in, or you are just tapped in general to like something specific around you. It doesn't necessarily have to be that you have all these spiritual gifts, but maybe you just have a really great intuition, or you just have your finger on the pulse of something. You're just really like, you're tuned in, tapped into something. Very wise though, very, very wise. Okay. And all right, let's do the oracle cards really quickly. See if anything wants to fly out first. Yeah. A new direction. Interesting. Going on a journey. Yeah, makes total sense. It's about something that you really desire. If you get these treasured memories, keep thinking about the past. Interesting. And wow, interesting. Okay, let's do the messages that are going to clarify the oracle cards. That is so interesting. That is interesting. Ta! I'm just like in shock about this energy. I'm sorry. Just, it floors me. Let's clarify the past influence. With the home in the sky. Please and thank you, Spirit. I got 2 cards. And I get this card a lot with home in the sky sometimes, and I get it for another card too, but buoyant, because you're high up, you're able to rise to the top. Buoyancy is like that. Murmurs. Oh wow. Okay. I feel like this is going to be really interesting, challenging energy, because there's some energies here that I've never seen before. It might be something that you've never dealt with before. The situation might be something that's very unusual, that's never been dealt with before. Okay. So we got new direction. 45. 4 and a 5 break down to 9. We're in the year of the 9. And this is all about sacrificing through ascension. Humanitarian energy, essentially, is what 9 energy is all about. And 4 is all about your stability. They're also considered to be like the busy bee of society, because they're always, they're so stable, and they have like a heads down approach to things. They're very practical and extremely loyal. They're like the busy bee. So it makes sense, like the new direction. And then 5 is all about like the free bird type of energy. And because it's all about change and adventure, and it can be challenging in a sense. But when you think about this free bird, so you might have been blinded to this direction, that this new direction that you're taking, you might have been blinded to it. Maybe somebody or something didn't want you to see that you had this option, that you had this potentially more freedom, more stability, a way to elevate, and it might also have some sacrifices involved in it. But anything that's worth having usually has some sacrifices. Otherwise, it wouldn't be valued. There wouldn't be any value to it. But somebody was either you were blinding yourself to it, or somebody else was. A situation was keeping you blinded from seeing that you had this direction, this like choice. You had a choice that was there the whole time, and you were blinded to it for some reason. And maybe now that you're coming online with your crown chakra, maybe you're going to get that. You're going to get that kind of moment. And you're going to start this new path, this new journey. Number 19, which breaks down to a 10, which is a 1, which is all about leadership. It's also powerful. 1 is powerful beginning energy. You're going down this new path. It's trickling through your fingers, though. You might think this is trickling through your fingers, this journey, starting this new journey. Maybe some of you feel like, oh, I don't want to start over again. This is ridiculous. Maybe somebody wants to make you feel like that sands of the hourglass or something like that. But it is not like that at all. Because you were blinded. Somehow this was hidden from you. But now you feel like it's trickling through your fingers. Maybe you value it more. Maybe it's something you should value more, being able to start fresh, to go down this journey. There's a 1 and a 9. It's all about leadership, powerful new beginnings, pioneer energy, and doing it very wisely, and possibly in a very humanitarian way. Doing it like a sage. Okay. This is what blew my mind. To the moon and back, which is like the 9 of cups in the tarot. This is about your wish fulfillment. 51 breaks down to a 6, which is all about love and harmony. It's very nurturing energy. 5 is all about the change that we're talking about. It is all about that free adventure. It's challenging energy too. And number 1, pioneer leadership energy. A wooden tail. So there's two components to this because I have two energies lined up side by side, so they support each other in this. Treasured memories. 18 breaks down to a 9. We've got a lot of 9. We've got a lot of humanitarian energy here, sage energy. We're in the year of the 9. 1 and an 8. A 1, again, new beginnings. It's very powerful. Leadership energy is involved here in an 8, which is all about your manifestations. It is also very karmic and learning lessons. Higher self. So you are reflecting about something that you did in the past. Your higher self is cluing you in to something, because you're going to get these crown chakra downloads. You're being clued in, and your higher self's going to help you understand something in the past that was a false desire. And it was wooden, it was hollow. Maybe you weren't totally on board with it. Maybe you weren't fully, like, you like had 1 foot out, 1 foot in the situation about your desires. Something about this was like you weren't on board totally with something. It wasn't all that you wanted. So it was like wooden tail. It was hollow. It was like a false desire, a false dream that you went with. Because maybe it sounded good, it was pitched that way to you, or what the heck, I'm going to do this. Maybe that's why you were blinded to this new path and this new direction, because you had a false sense of idealism. You had a false sense of what you idolized in this. Because the moon energy here is all about understanding your subconscious and seeing through everything. And when it comes to your hopes and dreams, because this is a wooden tail, like whatever it was that you were desiring was not really what you were desiring. And your higher self is cluing you into this. You're doing a lot of reflection, a lot of reflection. You could be the private investigator that's investigating yourself in this situation. Maybe you're figuring out what the missing ingredient was, and it wasn't that you were on board with something, because you had false ideals about something. 21. Tiny triumphs. This is a great card to get in any reading. 21 breaks down to a 3. So this is all about communication and creativity and curiosity. Could be about community too. Sing a song full of the hope the present has brought us. So this is very 6 of Wands type energy, like the tarot. And hope is very like star energy to me in this. So it's like you need to be hopeful. If you remain hopeful in a situation, you will triumph. You will find yourself, you will see yourself in a completely different way that you never did before, but in a way that is quite refreshing and like you've never seen. It's a good, this is like a compliment. You're going to see yourself and realize, oh, that's really me kind of situation. It's going to, because if you remain hopeful and in this present moment to where you are, where you've been, even though you kind of like bull shit yourself a little bit in a situation, or someone did, because either you were blinded or somebody blinded you to a situation. It was like falsified it or something. And you just remain hopeful in who you are because you're remembering some things. You're getting some downloads about who you really are as a person. And with this tiny triumph, you might feel that you didn't hit the mark. This is stranded number 44. There's 2 4s in this, so that's like double stability. It's double practicality. It's so stable and loyal. And 8 is infinite energy. This is like builder, like almost builder energy, not quite. But it's super solid, and it is infinite. It's very karmic and lessons learned, learning these lessons. And it is like a manifestation type energy of your abundance in a sense. So even though this is about stranded, it's about understanding and learning the lessons of not getting exactly what you want, but seeing it from a perspective. It's very hangman energy here. Seeing it from a different perspective of that it's still very solid. It's still very stable with this anchor here in the 2 4s. And you can still manifest and build off of it. It doesn't always look like what you want. And that's the win and the triumph that you have to see. And maybe that's why your desires and your illusions were hollow, were falsified documents, so to speak. I don't know why I'm seeing falsified documents. But or they were false, or they were not exactly what they should have been, because either you were guiding yourself down that path, you were blowing smoke up your behind, or someone else was blowing smoke up your behind, and you bought into something, whether you did this to yourself or not. And you might be challenged and angry in that, or someone might be angry that you're not going down the path that they want you to go down, and you're making this change. And you're like, hey buddy, I'm going on this journey. I'm going down this path. And I'm not listening to your wooden tail anymore. I'm going to make my dreams come true to the moon and back. And I'm going to tap into things about myself that I know and I remember that I have a strong foundation in. And I'm going to get that pull that down from my higher self. And I'm going to be triumphant in this. And I'm going to be very hopeful in everything that I do, and learn from this situation that even though I might not have landed exactly where I wanted here, I'm grateful, and I'm still very stable in this energy, and I haven't really lost that much. Some of you may have lost a little bit. You might, like I said, some of y'all might lose control. Don't lose your control. Don't lose sight of a situation. I keep getting that message. And oh God, sorry. And the card that was clarifying this was When in Rome. So there's a situation where you just have to make do with what you have in terms of everybody else. I feel like it's something to do when in Rome. This essentially, I'm getting another message, is this something about Rome, and there might be private eyes and something about Rome. Private eyes and Rome, and they're going to feel like their perspective on a situation is how did we get here? Why did we get here? We have to deal with the situation and see it for what it is. I'm getting that message. And then I feel like it's kind of similar, like also I'm also getting that you don't necessarily have to do what the Romans do. Yes, see it. See what the Romans are doing. And remember, Rome fell. So Rome fell. You didn't necessarily fall. You maybe misstepped in a situation because of someone's going to lose someone's losing it. I don't know if you're going to lose it or the situation, whoever's involved is going to lose something. We're going to see somebody completely lose it. I don't know what that means on like a world stage. But kind of seeing the perspective and being grateful and appreciating that you still got somewhere. It wasn't exactly where you wanted to go, but you can make do because you're going on this new direction and you're going to go on this new journey. And this is like the Fool's journey. This is like the Fool card in the tarot. You're going there. You're going to do that. And yours is about hard work. You're very hardworking. There's a lot of good fortune. You were just misled either by yourself or by somehow, some way something was because there was a lie told here on some degree to yourself. However, in whatever way that was, you either lied to yourself or someone lied to you. And your higher self is speaking up in this. I mean, that's why we got the master number out here. There's a spiritual significance that's going to be very innovative. It's going to bring something together in your world that's going to make a lot more sense. And it's going to deliver a lot of truths, cosmic truths. And then I feel like you're going to see, like, it's not necessarily do as the Romans do, because in some situations that didn't always how it worked out for Rome. So you're going to be grateful and appreciate what you have and not necessarily follow the leader all the time. You need to follow your own inner guidance and listen to source. So the influence with the home in the sky, I clarified it. It's buoyant. So influence is, I feel like somebody's trying to shake your world. Somebody's trying to shake your home. Somebody's trying to shake your community because it's so buoyant. And they're doing it with a lot of murmurs. They're doing it with a lot of energy. And that's why I did the protection invocation. And I invoked the protection because I feel like it's like somebody wants to disrupt, say something, bring something to you to disrupt your peace, to disrupt your home, your community, wherever your home is, where the heart is, wherever that is. Somebody wants to do something. That's the main influence in this reading. And it's somebody that's like out for revenge or something. Or you are. Take it how it resonates. I mean, no judgment here. Maybe you're in the right. Maybe whoever did something to you, I have no idea. But it's a situation where someone's realizing and waking up to something and seeing an option and realizing that there was a lie here. Something was being misguided in some way, and it's causing a lot of anger. And learning that on whatever side of the coin that you're on in this, I feel like it's very spiritual. There's going to be a big spiritual lesson because it's involving the crown chakra. Some of you might wake up and have a big meeting of the minds with a presence, with somebody. It could be someone from your spirit team. It could be a guide. It could be a guardian angel. It could be just a message. It could be a message, a messenger, in whatever way that that's going to show up. I feel like there's going to be something that's going to illuminate you on whatever side of the coin you're on and whatever the position is to the situation. But either way, this is about your hard work, your wealth, your legacy, and it's a big spiritual significance here. The level's really high, and there's a lot of innovation here. So something's about to start when you make this move, when this switch happens, when this direction happens, when this option has the follow through. It's going to be very, very innovative. And maybe that's what's going to deliver a lot of cosmic truths once you go down this path. You're going to learn some things you never, ever knew before or will experience. And it's going to be like, that's why we're going through the gateway. Because it's like a level up. It's like spirit's like, you're ready. It's time to go and stop messing with this. And it's time to move on to other things. Okay. I hope that made sense. And thank you so much for stopping by. I send you all my positive energy, all my love. I hope wherever you are, you're having a great day. And always believe in yourself. You're worth it. And I hope to see you again. Thank you for stopping by. And bye.